So Masvidal and Kevin Holland almost got in a fight at Fighter Hotel, and I'm going to talk about that, and then I want to talk about, I want to show you guys some of this press conference that Masvidal just put down. And I want to talk about the things that he said, because he talked about Colby, he talked about Gilbert Burns, talked about his career. I want to show maybe a little bit of this Gilbert Burns press conference too, talk about Colby and the crowd. We got a lot going on. Look at this. Let me show you something. Look at this. Oh, that's the fight. That's the fight at Fighter Hotel, okay? Now, if you've never been at Fighter Hotel, you don't know. All these guys are like walking around like a bunch of like a bunch of pit bulls, dude. Because everybody who's fighting is there. Their teams are all there. They're all wearing UFC gear. It's very easy to identify, you know, like, oh, hey, fan, fight team. Fan, fight team. You could pick out the fighters very, very easily. And apparently Kevin Holland and Jorge Masvidal got in some kind of beef, and I'm going to show you guys that video, and then we'll talk about everything else. Now, I'm going to get into it in a second, but first, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. That is incredibly helpful. I leave from Miami in, what day is it? It's Wednesday. I will be on my plane in 48 hours to Miami. We're going to be cruising over to our friend Mike McDaniel and Katie Cadillo's house on Friday night. We're going to go to sleep nice and early. We're going to wake up on Saturday. We're going to get nice and ready. We're going to head over to the show, and we're going to watch this thing from very, very close. If you guys see me on the broadcast, please take a screenshot and then email it to me. I will love you guys forever. I will appreciate that very much. But also, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do that. I love you guys. I really genuinely do. Thank you guys. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. I mean, going to the show has nothing to do with it. But like, I love doing this, man. I genuinely do. So please do that and like the video, etc. All right, so let's go ahead and watch this thing, right? So let's watch this thing first, and then let's talk about it. Ready, set, bajaja.
You ever came to 909? I was talking this shit when it happened, nigga. 817 909. Y'all came out to talk about it. You ever came to 909? I was talking this shit when it happened, nigga.
This video has just been released that claims Kevin Holland and Jorge Masvidal got into a scuffle at the Fighter Hotel in Miami this afternoon. Kevin Holland fight weeks are crazy. Telling me, man. Telling me. You know? Now, what does that tell us? Nothing. We have no idea what that means, right? But then, ready for this? Ready for this? Surprise! Watch this. Okay?
Again. Fuck. Again. Fuck. Again. Fuck. Again. Fuck.
I know that what he was saying right there, and I don't know why it's not in that video, is that he's getting a new opponent. So, I don't know who that is. I assume it's not. I assume Gilbert and Jorge are cool. I don't think that he's replacing either of them, which is why I obviously, I mean, if I thought that, I would obviously title this that, but I don't. But yeah, I mean, listen, dude, fights at Fighter Hotel, people jawing at each other. It's kind of weird to me. I got to be honest, dude. I got to be honest. That kind of thing is kind of weird to me because if you really think about like what's on the line for these guys, it's like, dude, they're fighting for, first of all, you know what? Before I even say this, look at George's hair. Look at how sick his hair looks right now, dude. Like that's a gangster ass hairstyle. I wish I could pull that off, son. See, I just get my girl. I'm like, hey, like I'm going to my girl on Friday before we leave for Miami and be like, look. I just want to make this perfectly clear. You really fucked my hair up last time, and you have one job, and that's to, I don't know what you can do with this, but do your best because I'm going to Miami and I'm sitting in the celebrity section and I don't want to look like a complete and total asshole. All right. So fix what you did, girl. Fix what you did. I'm all jealous of his haircut. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, like to me, it's like, dude, you've trained forever. You're getting in the octagon. You're gonna be able to settle this stuff in the octagon. Like, why would you fight at Fighter Hotel? What? Like, why? You know what I mean? Like, why would you fight at Fighter Hotel? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. It seems weird to me. Like, it's at the very highest level. Like, why are you gonna fight at Fighter Hotel? You know? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, all right. So let's listen to what Masvidal said because he also talked about Colby Covington, and this is really interesting. So let's listen to this. Ready? Bam.
What your take is on Kamaru Usman and where he's at?
And by the way, to rephrase Morgan, I currently got 3 felonies because this bitch Colby says I gave him a brain injury. So how the fuck is he gonna fight for any titles? What
That's
I want to know. You know, like how could you? The UFC's gonna get sued if that guy goes in there and something like that happens, right? Because supposedly, allegedly, as I didn't do shit. He says I gave him a brain injury. I didn't do shit, though.
I wanted to ask you about that. There was a lot of allegeds about that day.
Hang on.
Allegedly.
That pause for the first time, I'm going to say, like, I've obviously always been looking for a reason that it wouldn't be real. That pause is like the exact opposite. That pause was am I going to say anything that's going to hurt my case right now? That's what that looked like to me. As much as I hate to admit it, because I wish it wasn't real. But anyway, yeah. So here's the thing, though. How exactly? If Colby is suing Masvidal right now because he has brain damage, how is he fighting for a title? How? Riddle me that. Explain that to me. I don't understand. You can't both have brain damage that requires a lawsuit. Well, that's actually not true. I take that back. I will tell you exactly how that would work. So, in order to, I don't know if you guys watched my Jake Shields interview yesterday. I don't necessarily recommend that you watch it because the audio was so fucked up and it might be kind of miserable to watch. But one of the things that Jake and I were talking about was how that guy that he fought at the PI was like, I'm gonna sue Jake Shields. And it's like, no, you're not. That's not like, you can't just like sue people. You have to justify why they owe you money. And so in that case, you'd have to justify that either he had to pay for an injury, he had to pay for medical bills, he had missed opportunities that he could have worked had he not gotten beat up at the PI, which is obviously not true because he wasn't actually hurt. In Colby's case, he actually could sign, he could both fight for the title in July or August or whatever and still sue George for brain damage, because what he would say is, I was unable to fight for this entire year because I needed to let my brain recover because George punched me in the face and he gave me a concussion. I could have fought 6 months earlier. That cost me a fight. I make $800,000 per fight. He owes me $800,000. That is actually a very justifiable lawsuit. He could. And I just thought of that on the spot. So I actually don't agree that he couldn't be fighting for a title.
You're wearing a COVID mask. Is that true?
Everybody knows I don't wear no COVID mask. So there we go. That's bullshit right there, bro. Allegedly,
It couldn't have happened.
Allegedly this, allegedly that.
Right here. Do you think it would be wise if Colby went to the fights on Saturday?
Of course, man. He's a attention-seeking ass whore. He's going to be there. He's going to, from 100 feet away and 20 security guards, he's going to be saying all types of crazy shit that he's the king of this and that. But he's only the king of calling cops and sucking cock, so,
We asked him if he would be there.
The king of calling cops and sucking cocks. Damn, son.
When he was giving an interview in London, he said, maybe I won't be there. So do you even think he would be allowed to enter the
I don't give
arena?
a flying fuck, All I know is that he has a restraining order on me. I have to stay 100 feet from this individual. Still, I don't even know why, why he would put such a thing on me, because I'm like the coolest guy, So I'm like, my mind is still blown of why he has a restraining order on me. And then he's claiming he's the king of I don't know what, but whatever.
George is Mr. fucking cool on fight week, dude. Like, real talk. He is Mr. fucking cool on look at how smooth he is on fight week. It is rare for someone to be so calm and confident during their fight week, but he looks great, man. He really genuinely does. And we're going to watch Gilbert in a second because, man, so earlier in this thing, they asked him, they were like, so look, like, we've been hearing you say that, like, if you lose, maybe it's time to hang it up. And he's like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, in my younger years, I would have handled Gilbert easily. And he said, I match up really well with Gilbert. And I want to comment on that really quick. So one thing that people have been, like, everyone is handicapped. Gilbert's minus 500 because he's just going to take down, Masvidal and submit him. People are forgetting something. George has never struggled with jiu-jitsu guys. Never. He has never, ever struggled with jiu-jitsu guys. That's not a thing, right? He doesn't struggle with jiu-jitsu guys. He struggles, right? He struggles with guys who are wrestlers, not jiu-jitsu guys, okay? And so when you think to yourself like, all right, well, Colby, Kamaru, fine. How do you do against Damian Maia, right? Because against Damian Maia said that George had the best jiu-jitsu of anybody that he faced. That's what he said. And so if you get into a situation where you really think it through, it's like grappling is not grappling. Like jiu-jitsu is not wrestling. It's not the same thing, right? And so if you really think it through, Damian Maia, obviously also a world champion, couldn't beat George. So when George says, yeah, he's like, Burns is the kind of guy that I would handle early in my career, he's actually right. He's actually right. I mean, Burns is nasty, obviously. I think the idea that Burns is like a walkthrough for anybody is ludicrous. But stylistically, it's not as bad of a matchup as I thought, dude. It's really not. Yeah, you know. And when George got touched by Kamaru, that's a long, straight punch. Gilbert doesn't throw punches like that. He throws big looping punches. Gilbert's nasty. He's explosive. I love Gilbert Burns. But, man, George does actually match up really well against Burns. I just wanted to point that out.
And it's been the first time we've got to speak to you since Game Bred Boxing. So as the promoter, how did everything go? Smoothly?
Amazing.
Okay, that was good. All right, hang on. Now, Gilbert. Where's Gilbert? I had him all queued up, dog. What the? Where is it? Oh, it's right here.
Fighting Gilbert Burns. Yeah, bro. A lot of pressure on this guy, and it seems like he deals good with the pressure. I think he's going to come crazy, and I'm excited for. I'm not seeing it.
I love how Brazilians like speaking, like the Brazilian accent is amazing. Like I love how Gilbert. I think he's going to do very well, and like Victor is always like once, like when he's saying once, they say once, and he's like I think, like I don't know why, like I love that accent, dude. I think it's because I really like these guys, and so like I associate their accent with like people that I really really like.
An easy fight, and like you said, he's not a top contender, but he's a big name. You know, everyone knows him. Like if you remember, Leon Edwards got a title shot beating Nate Diaz. That wasn't in the ranking. That wasn't coming from the win. And Nate Diaz is not here no more. I think that other guy is Masvidal. You know, so I like that fight. Big name, superstar, rank it. You know, fought for the title twice. If he beats me, maybe get another title shot. So
if he beats you, he is getting a title shot. Bet that.
Yeah, I like that fight.
You mentioned title shot a couple times, right? I mean, I think everybody's talking about it. We've heard Dana White say, well, Colby's next, but people say, yeah, but Jorge would be a great match if he wins. Gilbert would be a great match if he wins. So I don't know, how much stock are you putting?
Here's another thing, too. Like, as I've watched these countdowns and the embeddeds, George looks great, but Gilbert looks really good, dude. Gilbert looks so calm. Gilbert looks so confident. He looks so calm. He does not look nervous at all. Neither Jorge or Gilbert looks even a little bit nervous.
Into like, it's locked up, it's done? Or do you look at this as, hey, I do the right things and this is a number one contender fight for me?
Yeah, maybe if I do the right thing, if I finish the way I see myself finish, I see the way I can finish, still a maybe, still not for sure. I would love to say, yeah, if I finish, they give me a title shot, but it seems...
No. Well, you might get a title shot, just not before Colby, right? If Burns starches Masvidal in really spectacular fashion, he'll probably get a title shot. Well, not necessarily, because if Bilal fights Kamaru and Bilal beats Kamaru, then he probably gets it. But if Burns starches Masvidal, Colby beats Leon, or Leon beats Colby, doesn't really matter, and nothing crazy happens with Bilal and Kamaru in between then and then Burns might get the title shot. But like also if Kamaru, like if Colby beats Leon, everybody's sleeping on Kamaru. That's the other thing. Everybody's sleeping on Kamaru when it comes to the title picture. If Colby beats Leon and Kamaru starches fill in the blank, he's going to fight Colby a third time for the title. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Unless Masvidal wins. If Masvidal beats Burns, he's fighting for the title, because if Leon wins, he'll fight Leon. If Colby wins, he'll fight Colby, because those are both grudge match fights. Yeah.
It's like Colby, you know, so I'm okay with it. If it's Colby, it is what it is. Give me another fight, I don't care. But I still have a time. I still had a chance to go there Saturday and put a doubt on Dana's mind. And like, Dana, look, I know you like that guy. I don't know what kind of deal you guys have, but shit, look at that performance. He fought this guy for 5 rounds. He didn't finish. Kamaru fought that guy for 7 rounds to eventually finish. If you get it done in 2 and 3, that doubt's right there. You know, I plant that seed, and then we'll see.
All right, so last thing for me, I know you're going to give away your game plan, but I'm wondering if
Hey, laced with game. I just saw your comment. They already yanked JOE chill, or I'll lose my mind if they yank JOF. They didn't yank JOE. I yanked JOE because it had 2 strikes. But in hindsight, only one topic you can't talk about, man. Only one topic. All right, so that's probably enough for this video. I'm going to cut this down, dog. I'm going to chop it. And then I'm going to do another video. Oh! Wait. No, yeah, I'm going to chop this one down. And then I'm going to do another video right now, which is about Rogan saying that Conor's on juice. Also, if you haven't yet, you got to go watch, you got to go follow the Osundairo Brothers YouTube. I'll put the link in the description because we're doing that show, The Big Hoax, where we talk. If you like Jesse and everything, you're going to love that show. It's me and the Osundairos that jump Jussie Smollett, and we talk about all that stuff. All that stuff that people think gets yanked off YouTube, but actually doesn't, as long as you don't talk about the jab. So give that a look, and I'm going to do this video about Rogan saying that Conor's on roids, and then also he talked about misgendering people, how stupid it is, and gives me an excuse to talk about that because I like talking about that. What's up? We're subscribed to the channel. Love you guys. Peace.